Retirement planning is often framed as a lifelong journey of saving, investing, and compounding wealth over decades. From your first paycheck to your final working years, the idea is simple. Consistently invest and let time do the heavy lifting. But what if there comes a point, a very specific moment, when continuing to invest no longer significantly impacts your retirement outcome? This is not a myth or a motivational slogan. It is a mathematically grounded reality rooted in compounding, portfolio growth, and financial independence principles. Understanding this exact moment can fundamentally change how you approach saving, reduce stress, and help you make smarter financial decisions. Today, we will talk about the exact moment you no longer need to invest for retirement, when contributions don't matter. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Understanding the power of compounding. To grasp the exact moment when contributions stop mattering, you first need to understand compounding. Compounding is the process where your investments generate returns, and those returns begin generating their own returns. Over time, this snowball effect becomes incredibly powerful. In the early years of investing, your contributions, the money you actively put in, make up the majority of your portfolio growth. However, as time progresses, the returns generated by your existing investments begin to dominate. Eventually, your portfolio reaches a size where the growth from compounding alone surpasses what you could reasonably contribute annually. This shift marks the beginning of a critical transition, from contribution-driven growth to return-driven growth. The concept of coast-fi, the exact moment you no longer need to invest, is often referred to as achieving coast financial independence. Coast-fi. This is the point where your current investments, if left untouched, will grow enough to support your retirement by the time you reach your desired retirement age. At this stage, you no longer need to add new money to your investments. Instead, you can simply coast and let compounding do the rest. While you may still choose to invest, it is no longer necessary to meet your retirement goals. This is a powerful psychological milestone. It means that even if you stopped contributing today, your future is already secured, assuming reasonable market returns. How to calculate the exact moment? Determining this moment requires a combination of assumptions and calculations. The key variables include your current portfolio value, expected annual rate of return, years remaining until retirement, desired retirement portfolio size. For example, let's say you want $1 million by age 60 and you are currently 35 with $250,000 invested. If your portfolio grows at an average annual rate of 7%, your current investments alone could grow to approximately $1 million over 25 years, without any additional contributions. In this case, age 35 becomes your exact moment. From that point forward, contributions become optional rather than essential. The role of time in reaching this point. Time is the most critical factor in determining when contributions stop mattering. The earlier you start investing, the sooner you reach this tipping point. This is because compounding has more time to work its magic. Someone who begins investing in their early 20s may reach coast-fi in their 30s or early 40s. In contrast, someone who starts later may need to continue contributing well into their 50s or beyond. This highlights an important principle. Early consistency matters more than late intensity. Small, regular contributions made early can outweigh large contributions made later. Why contributions eventually become insignificant. As your portfolio grows, your annual contributions represent a smaller and smaller percentage of your total assets. For instance, if you have a $50,000 portfolio and contribute $10,000 annually, your contribution is 20% of your portfolio, very significant. However, if your portfolio grows to $500,000 and you still contribute $10,000 annually, your contribution is only 2%. At this stage, even a modest market return of 7% would generate $35,000, far exceeding your annual contribution. This is the moment when your money starts working harder than you do. Your portfolio becomes the primary engine of growth, and your contributions become secondary. The psychological shift. Reaching the point where contributions no longer matter is not just a financial milestone, it is a psychological one. Many people continue to invest aggressively out of habit or fear, even after they have technically made it. Understanding that you have reached Coast FI can provide a sense of freedom and flexibility. You may choose to reduce working hours, pursue a lower-paying but more fulfilling career, take career breaks or sabbaticals, spend more on experiences and quality of life. This shift transforms retirement planning from a rigid, numbers-driven process into a more balanced and intentional life strategy. The impact of market returns and risk. It is important to note that the exact moment depends heavily on assumed investment returns. A 7% annual return is often used as a benchmark, but actual returns can vary significantly. If returns are lower than expected, your portfolio may fall short of your target. Conversely, higher returns could accelerate your timeline. Therefore, it is wise to build in a margin of safety by using conservative return assumptions, periodically reviewing your progress, adjusting your strategy as needed. Diversification and risk management also play a crucial role. A well-balanced portfolio helps ensure that your long-term growth assumptions remain realistic. The role of inflation. Inflation is another critical factor that cannot be ignored. The purchasing power of your future retirement savings depends on how inflation evolves over time. When calculating your Coast FI number, you should account for inflation by either using real inflation-adjusted return rates or increasing your target retirement amount accordingly. Failing to consider inflation can lead to a false sense of security and an underfunded retirement. Social Security. What to expect and how to plan around it. Social Security can significantly impact the moment when you no longer need to invest. For many individuals, it serves as a foundational income stream during retirement. Understanding your expected benefits can reduce the amount you need to accumulate independently. This, in turn, can bring forward your Coast FI moment. However, it is important not to rely solely on Social Security. Factors such as policy changes, eligibility age, and benefit adjustments can affect your future income. A prudent strategy is to treat Social Security as a supplement rather than a primary source of retirement income. Common mistakes to avoid. While the concept of stopping contributions is appealing, there are several pitfalls to watch out for. Overestimating returns. Assuming unrealistically high returns can lead to premature decisions. Underestimating expenses. Retirement costs may be higher than expected, especially with health care. Ignoring life changes, marriage, children, or career shifts can alter your financial trajectory. Stopping too early. It is better to err on the side of caution and continue contributing if unsure. Avoiding these mistakes ensures that your exact moment is based on solid assumptions rather than wishful thinking. Should you actually stop investing? Reaching the point where contributions no longer matter does not necessarily mean you should stop investing altogether. Continuing to invest can provide a larger financial cushion, greater flexibility in retirement, the ability to retire earlier, protection against market volatility. Think of it this way. Stopping contributions is an option, not an obligation. Many people choose to keep investing because it enhances their financial security and peace of mind. Real-life example of the tipping point. Consider an individual who starts investing at age 25 and contributes consistently for 15 years. By age 40, they have built a substantial portfolio. At this point, their investments are large enough that even without additional contributions, they will grow to meet their retirement goal by age 65. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.